Okay, our next question today comes from Rob Frappier. Sorry, I'm butchering names throughout this thing. It's a lot easier to write them than it is to sound them off. So, hi Olivier, great idea for a blog series. My question relates to reputation scoring. In the past, Reputation.com CEO Michael Furtick has written about the development of personal digital scores, quote, that use our online information to rate our health, employability, financial index, romantic connections, and so on, end quote. We've explored the privacy ramifications of this development, but I'm interested in your perspective on the social commerce aspect of a unified digital reputation score. Will companies like Clout find long-term success by quantifying social media influence? Rob Frappier, Community Manager at Reputation.com. A loaded question. Okay. Wow. I could go on for hours about this, and so I'm going to try not to, because all these answers tend to be a little longer than I'd like them to be. What I think, is there a future for this kind of thing? Yes, absolutely. I think that, when you look at the privacy ramifications of this, there are two things that are really important. The first one is to give people the option to not participate in this. Kind of like you give people the option to not be listed in the phone book or not have their information all over the interwebs. So it's really important to be very transparent about when you're collecting information about consumers and what you intend to do with it, or to what extent you're going to use their information and not use their information. So that aspect of clarity and disclosure is super, super important moving forward. And just looking at what happened this week with the discovery that the new iPhone captures data about you 24/7, and that data can be accessed without a warrant by the cops in Michigan by just plugging your phone and just hooking it up to a little device, is a little troubling. And so, as issues of privacy become a little bit more emotional, a little bit deeper, and more mainstream, I think the companies that really tackle that disclosure and privacy protection issue are going to reap the benefits. The ones that are ambiguous about it, the ones that don't really treat consumers the way they'd like to be treated, which is to say with respect, and basically earn their trust. The companies that fail to do this are going to be left in the dust. So, that's one aspect of it that I need to throw out there, because it's really important. It's not enough to just capture the information and create scores that marketers can use. You also have to gain the trust of consumers so that they'll want to give you information or be okay with you using that information. Number two, there's a difference between trying to categorize a person through a score, like what Clout has done, which is kind of like this weird influence score, which in my opinion isn't exactly influence. It measures a lot of things, but it's not truly influence, not yet anyway. So there's a difference between trying to distill everything down to one score and doing the opposite, which is to actually make data about consumers very granular and very actionable. So let me give you an example. If when you're trying to create one score to describe an individual for a marketer, what exactly is that score going to encompass? And more importantly, what is it going to convey? It's kind of like trying to describe a person using only one word, right? So if I go into a job interview or I'm recommending a product, instead of saying a lot of words and basically putting my expertise in context or talking about the product in terms of its value to me and what I liked and what I didn't like about it and what was really great about it, I'm limited to just one word. That's what that one score is. It's kind of silly. What I look for in data analysis as a marketer, and I've done this for the corporate world, is more data, not less. I don't want to condense the data into an equation or a score. What I want to do is actually parse out the data and get as granular as I can. I don't want to know that somebody loves pizza. I want to know if that person likes pepperoni pizza or anchovy pizza. I want to know what day of the week they tend to buy that pizza. What size, how many people they eat it with, do they eat out, do they order in? I want to know all of these things so that I can go to pizza companies and say, look, I have 50,000 consumers right now in my database who will buy pizza or who will order pizza from takeout every Tuesday, generally from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Who's interested, right? But if instead I just give them a pizza score of, well, all these people might buy pizza, we don't know, but here's their score and they're all over 75. and it's an algorithm. Don't worry about it. It really works well. Which one are you going to go with? So so the unified digital reputation score, or whatever kind of score it is, influence, propensity to do X, is I think a move in the wrong direction. It's nice and it's easy to sell because it simplifies everything, but in reality it kind of impedes what you're trying to accomplish. So so I think that, yeah, clout will find long-term success by quantifying social media influence. I think it'll find long-term success increasingly by making its reports more specific and more detailed. So the clout score won't go away, it's fine, it'll just kind of keep evolving. But the real value of clout to me isn't the score, it's the stuff that's kind of on page 2, when you can really start drilling down and getting specific information about types of consumers. By the same token, that's what Facebook does. Facebook collects data on the back end from all of us. From the front end, it's a nice app and you get to talk about stuff that you've done and post things and connect with people. But if you flip it around on the back end, it's a huge database funnel, right? I mean, it collects data from people all day long and compartmentalizes it so you can better target people with the right types of marketing messages. So that leads us to kind of point number 3 in this, which is the whole Big Brother thing, right? I can't remember who coined this, but and actually I might have heard it when I was visiting the Microsoft House of the Future years ago, which was kind of an intelligent house that dealt with some of the types of things that we're talking about right now. And the house basically anticipated your every need. The house knew when the fridge was running out of milk and when the cupboard was running a little bit low on Captain Crunch cereal, right? So what it would do is it would sense this and basically send you messages to go out and buy some more. But the intelligent thing about this is you could also take this information, if you opt into that kind of program, and let companies target you, right, when you're running a little bit low on milk, when you're running a little bit low on pizza, when you're running a little bit low on Captain Crunch cereal. They could target you with a coupon to remind you and to incentivize you to buy their product in that particular category. So instead of buying milk from one company, you might try milk for another, or you might try a soy milk product because suddenly you've been prompted by a company on your cell phone or through your Facebook account that maybe you should try it, and by the way, here's a 20% off coupon. So you run into the notion of Big Brother versus Big Mother. Big Brother is obviously very kind of ominous and creepy, and it's the government and companies kind of looking into your life and invading your privacy, and you don't really know what they're doing with your data. Big Mother is a similar mechanism, but it allows marketers to hey, what's up, man? To address you with a little bit more purpose. Sorry, a friend of mine was just running by. And target you with the kinds of offers that you want to be targeted by. So there's a chance also that it might completely eliminate spam, right? You wouldn't be attacked or assaulted all day long by advertisement and marketing that has no bearing on you whatsoever, that you're not interested in at all. If you're a traveler like me, airlines might start competing for your business because they know that you're the type of person they need to be competing against, or competing for, rather. If I'm a pizza eater, then pizza companies would know to target me and not somebody who never eats pizza. So so there's an opportunity for businesses to really kind of connect and create an ecosystem with consumers that will be mutually beneficial when it comes to this kind of scoring system and this granular data collection and analysis. Where it becomes not mutually beneficial for consumers and for marketers is when it's completely disconnected or when it's inefficient. And I think that just sticking to the one score and not getting granular with the data and not being able to provide analysis that leads to the right kinds of choices and offers and marketing campaigns or programs is just basically an invasion of privacy and a waste of time that'll go nowhere. So the choice is up to these companies, up to marketers, up to agencies, digital agencies and advertisers to kind of figure out which direction they want to go. And I think they'll tell Clout and companies like Clout, we like this, but we don't need that. And I think that companies like Clout and whatever comes next will be smart enough to figure out that, okay, if the consumer or the customer or the client wants this, then we'll give them this. And if they don't want that, we won't give them that. So we'll see. Anyway, long way to answer your question. Thanks for asking it, and hopefully I'll answer it better next time. Bye-bye.